Welcome to the National Traffic Incident Management Program. I am Lieutenant Brandon Terry, and I will be conducting this lesson for you. Fighting fires is a dangerous task that we all perform, but as we all know, managing MVCs on freeways is just as dangerous. This class is to heighten the awareness of all members while performing this dangerous task. In 2006, organizations representing traffic incident management stakeholders formed the National Traffic Incident Management Coalition. The group developed a document referred to as the National Unified Goal, or NUG, for the Traffic Incident Management Program. The National Unified Goal has three main objectives, and they are responder safety, safe, quick clearance of incidents, and prompt, reliable, interoperable communications. Injury crashes response may vary from place to place, and as we all know, in the city of Dallas, an injury accident may require 2 law enforcement officers, 8 fire and rescue officers, 2 EMS personnel, and at least 1 towing and recovery operator, which gives us a total of 13 responders. Now, with 3 injury crashes occurring every minute in average across the USA, that is a potential of 39 responders that are rolling out in the city of Dallas on a new accident every minute, every hour of the day. Now, D-drivers is a phrase that has been coined to describe a type of driver who is inattentive, impaired, or makes poor driving decisions. According to the National Safety Council, using a mobile phone while driving is equivalent to driving impaired. And if you're texting while you're driving, that's actually equivalent to your driving blindfolded. These are the type of drivers who cause crashes and kill responders in the line of duty every day. According to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, an average of 12 officers are killed each year in struck-by incidents. As well as the National Firefighters Memorial, an average of about 5 firefighters are killed in struck-by incidents. And according to the International Towing and Recovery Hall of Fame, that tells us about 60 tow operators are struck and killed each year by struck-by incidents. March 9, 1998, in Pennsylvania, on the turnpike, it was raining and wet when the Pontiac Grand Dam, which was heading west on Pennsylvania Turnpike, lost control and slid off the roadway. As responders was working at the incident scene, an 18-wheeler topped the hill, saw the incident, and attempted to change lanes. The driver lost control and flipped the rig on his side. The vehicle slid down the hill and slammed into the unprotected incident just as the patient was being loaded into the ambulance. Now, several responder vehicles, including the fire engine and the ambulance where the patient was being loaded, were struck by the 18-wheeler. 8 firefighters and 2 EMTs were struck by the 18-wheeler that slid into the incident. 1 firefighter was killed, and 9 other responders were seriously injured. Now we'll take a look at several officers, police, and firefighters, as well as tow operators who were killed in the line of duty by struck-by incidents. Trooper Kyle Dethridge, who was 32, was struck by and killed on northbound Interstate 55, November 26, 2012. Officer Dethridge had been a member of the Illinois State Police since May of 2009 and worked as a motorcycle officer. Officer Dethridge was conducting a driver's side traffic stop when he was struck by a semi-tractor trailer on I-55. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Officer Joseph Oliveri, on October 18, 2012, was responding to a call for a disabled motorist on the Long Island Expressway when he was struck by a vehicle and killed. Upon arriving, Officer Oliveri positioned his marked patrol car in the right lane in front of a Honda Civic. Officer Oliveri exited his vehicle, crossed the HOV lane to render assistance when he and a Toyota Camry were also struck by a Cadillac Escalade. Officer Oliveri was transported to North Shore University Hospital where he was pronounced dead. EMT Esteban Bohina, who was 24, was a passenger in an ambulance with fellow EMT Paul Santos on April 1, 2010. EMT Bohina and Santos stopped to check on injuries where a 1999 Mustang had struck a concrete wall on the right shoulder. Upon stopping, they noticed another accident in front of the Mustang involving a Dodge Ram pickup and a Toyota Scion. It was raining at the time. EMT Santos got out of the ambulance and went to check on the drivers of the 2 vehicles. Officer Bohina checked on the driver in the Mustang and then began to put out flares to warn approaching traffic of the incident. EMT Bohina was struck by the Dodge Sebring, which hit the rear of the Mustang. Fire department crews arrived moments later and began to render aid to EMT Bahina. EMT Bahina was taken to the hospital in his own ambulance, where he died. Tow truck driver, 18 years old, Blake Gresham, was killed assisting the driver with a flat tire on I-35. Mr. Gresham had loaded the customer's vehicle on his flatbed truck and was about to winch down the vehicle. He was standing on the white line when a box truck came by and struck him. Mr. Gresham was killed on impact. Clifton Scott, 50 years of age, a Missouri DOT motorist assist operator. Mr. Scott was providing traffic control assistance to a crash site on September 21st of 2012. Mr. Scott, who was a 15-year DOT employee, was helping reroute traffic around the scene when he was struck by a passing motorist. Tests indicated the driver's blood alcohol content was 0.184, which was more than twice the legal limit. The driver that struck Mr. Clifton Scott was charged with involuntary manslaughter. And as we all know, very close to our hearts, our very own firefighter William Scott Tanksley was 40 years old, died after being struck and fell from an icy overpass on Spur 408. Scott was a 14-year veteran, Dallas Fire and Rescue, who was helping a motorist when he was struck by a vehicle that lost control on the icy roads.